I met the Beadles when I began working at the American Red Cross and Blood Services. John was our blood drive coordinator for NetApp, and got to know he and his family just working with the blood drives and helping them coordinate it.
The way I came to know them is at NetApp. I was given the opportunity to take over the coordinator position that he was holding for a long time. It's amazing all the time that the whole family puts in.
Well, John initially was our main coordinator. He took care of everything as far as recruiting our donors for that drive, and they go 6 times a year, so they're a very regular blood drive, which kept him very busy in addition to his job. And so he and his family, with Andrew and Julia, help with the registration table, so making sure that our donors feel welcome.
He is a very organized person. So he has a lot, he has a long list of checklists that he gave me before every drive.
John and his wife Julia and his son Andrew all have been regular donors.
When I was a very young child, I had a childhood illness that they watched me for about a year, and that involved taking blood samples once a week. So I developed a strong phobia of needles. So I had that background to begin with, so I wasn't donating, even though from the time I became employed at the location where NetApp is now, they had blood drives there, but I had the needle phobia, right? And I wouldn't donate. And so eventually, when my wife became pregnant with my son, that was in the fall of '97, their family had a very strong history of donating blood. And so she couldn't donate. And it's like, well, someone has to uphold the family honor and go donate. And so I thought, well, I'll just kind of go donate. Wow, it wasn't as painful as I imagined it was going to be, so I just kept donating.
So I think we donated for quite a while before one of his coworkers that was the liaison before that guy retired, and so then I just started helping him, do that, and I run the canteen, and then I got my mom involved because of the cookie issue, and so it's just been kind of a family thing since then.
I went with him to hand out cookies and snacks, give them water, make them sit for a few minutes. And one of his bosses one time said that he could remember going downtown and having the hot sloppy joes and the homemade cookies. And he looked at me and he said, "Homemade cookies." And I said, "Well, if you promise to come, I will bring some homemade chocolate cookies." "What kind?" "Chocolate chips." So that started it, and now I make about 3 different recipes of cookies. If I made 120 cookies at each drive, and I've been doing it 7, 8 years, 4 times a year, it's a bunch, and they all get eaten.
I've grown up with it in the background for many years, and then it wasn't really until high school I actually started volunteering. Had me come in, I think sometimes during the hours where I wasn't really doing much in school, like during the proctor hour, I think was one of them where I wasn't really doing much anyway. And then I'd always come in after school to help take down stuff and pack it up.
I would say hundreds and hundreds of lives have been saved by the Beadles family, just in their volunteering as well as their personal donations that they've given through the blood drives there at NetApp. Every 2 seconds, someone in the United States needs blood, so it's imperative that we always have it available, and they help make that happen.